Oh, John, thank God.
Williams, what the hell are you doing here?
Myers. Is he dead?
Myers has zero emotion. He has no motives. If he sees, he kills.
Tell the town to lock their doors. No one in, no one out.
What is going on? Happy Saturday evening, boys and girls and children of all ages. Let me go ahead and get the overlay up. There we go. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. As I mentioned to the team, I'm dealing with a little bit of the sniffle, so you have to forgive me if I sound a little non-ready for singing. But I am going to be there tonight. By golly, I will be there for the karaoke shenanigans coming up at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, as we present our first of hopefully many karaoke sessions in the Simple Reliable Studios network of channels. So come on in and join us. Donate to that QR code or any of our other PayPal accounts to have us sing silly, spooky songs tonight. But I wanted to come on early because, as I just said to the team, I'm having yet another day where I feel the need to vent, right? And it's called open forum because I've invited everybody. This looks like shit here in the background, so we're going to not have that be a thing. Okay, bye. We're still learning, kids. Even now, 22 years later, we're still learning. But if anybody wants to come in and shoot the shit or doesn't feel like watching, I know the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is on, induction is on. I know Collision is on for a lot of you folks here in the country. But if you just want to come on here and shoot the shit with good old JM, you are more than welcome to come on in. If you have my number, you're more than welcome to call into the studio via the Mickey phone. If you got my number, you are more than welcome to do that. I do believe it's connected. Let me just make sure. It would help if the Wi-Fi was on, wouldn't it? But let me just double check. Oh, it is. Okay, cool. Very good. So I also, we all, of course, here within the Simply Reliable Studios family definitely would love the donations and the contributions, the super chats for our own personal needs and in some cases our business needs here outside of this little window. But I am encouraging everybody. I just need 4 of the $25 specific ones. And I say that because $100, I will go get to see Joe Hendry tomorrow. So that's what I want to do tomorrow with my day. I want to go meet the man who could very well be the TNA World Champion in 1 week's time. So that's what I want to see happen tonight, is to get me just those 4. Monster match is a possibility, Walter. There you go. Monster match is a possibility. Don't Fear the Reaper is on there. Whisper to a Scream, I'm not sure. I have to look and see if it's on there, Daniel. But if it's not, I'm sure we can encourage our Master of Ceremonies to queue it up. But we'll see how that goes. Anyway, yesterday I came in to just kind of allow folks to hear my thoughts on a couple of things that have really been sticking in my craw. And one of those is a continuing theme from yesterday, that I really didn't get deep into because I didn't think I had a reason to, but I do. And I'm finding that out as the day goes on. And that is toxic relationships. And I am guiltier than sin of remaining in toxic ships, I should say, well past the expiration date, where these things are aging like milk at this point. And yet I still stick with it. I don't understand it myself. I really don't. Sean's View Entertainment. You are more than welcome to donate however much you want. But during the karaoke stream, if you donate $25 to my PayPal, you can make me be the singer of choice and sing the spooky song of choice. I think what's going to happen is, if you donate the $25, you choose the singer and the song. If you donate $15, you choose the singer. So if you want to donate later, that's great. If you want to donate now while I'm here on screen doing my own thing, that's great too. It is much appreciated. As it says, thank you for your support. That is the QR code. That'll take you to my PayPal, and you can donate. Just please make sure you pick friends and family, because they tax you on that business stuff and it sucks. And I know it's a business and I get it, but I'm trying to work in my way around that. And Daniel, I am keeping an eye on the baseball game as well. It's important to the Dodgers. So we'll see how the Dodgers game goes as well this weekend. So lots of stuff going on. Of course, the Kings finally are back in Southern California tomorrow night. They're playing the Ducks down at the pond. And then they are finally back at the CDC Arena on Thursday to play San Jose, and then back Saturday to play the brand new Utah franchise. And then they'll be back in action again on Wednesday, the 30th, the day before Halloween, against the incoming Vegas Golden Knights. So a lot of cool stuff going on in sports. The Dodgers are 1 win away from the World Series. The Kings are back in action. I think the Lakers are starting up, if I remember right. I don't follow basketball, so forgive me. You heard the ding. I think somebody's back there. It is not who I was expecting. So let's see what happens here. Let me mute that so I don't have an issue as far as that goes. I want to hear the phone ring, obviously, but if it's a text, I need to just deal with it. Oh, Jesus Christ. A friend of mine is going to Guar, and they're 30 minutes away from the house. So they're already on their way down to wherever the hell Guar is, and somebody forgot their ID. Oh, shit. Can't go into a Guar concert and do all that things without an ID. Not good. Not good. We're live as always, kids. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on all things sports. It's awesome that there's so many different things to check out. You know, again, baseball is still very relevant to us here in SoCal. The Dodgers are around farther than they've gotten in recent years. The Kings are starting back up. And just it's a cool time. But yeah, we're going to be singing. There's a lot of options. I'll tell you what. Let me see if I can reacquire this list without causing a major delay in the stream, because JJ did send me the list. He sent everybody the list, as a matter of fact. But yeah, anyway, toxic relationships. It just boggles my mind that everybody, or at least a lot of people, me included, by the way, I'm not absolving myself of that responsibility, right? It is very much my problem as well. Stay in these relationships and they're just clearly not good for anybody. You're gonna tell me I can't? Yeah, I won't be able to post that whole list. That's obvious. It's just too many characters. Okay, I'm gonna read this off, and you guys can let know what songs we're gonna have on here tonight as we get ready to do this karaoke. But yeah, $5 will get you a random spin. I know we've already got four random spins coming from the Dominguez's, our friends Orlean and Emmanuel, and I specifically asked for those because I wanted to complete my Halloween collection again after the storms damaged quite a bit of them. All right, so it's Don't Fear the Reaper, Monster Mash, Bad Moon Rising, The Devil Down to Georgia, Calling on the Monsters, Zombie, Witch Doctor, The Creature Stole My Surfboard, Dead Man's Party, Dream Warriors, Season of the Witch, which I believe is that awful Halloween 3 commercial. Happy Halloween. I guess look at the heebie-jeebies from that shit. Dragula, Evil Woman, Feed by Frankenstein, Witchcraft, Ghost by Michael Jackson, Highway to Hell, A Nightmare on Elm Street, on My Street, that's the Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff, of course. Riders in the Sky, Ghost by Katy Perry, Living Dead Girl, This Is Halloween, The Devil Comes Back to Georgia, Adam's Group by MC Hammer, Devil with the Blue Dress On, I Put a Spell on You, the Ghostbusters theme, Science Fiction, Double Feature, and Time Warp from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I'm happy about. Somebody's Watching Me, Sympathy for the Devil, The Purple People Eater, Abracadabra, Superstition, Psycho Killer, Love Potion number 9, Thriller, which is Thriller's definitely going to come up tonight. I'm not going to give spoilers as to who and what, but we will very likely hear Thriller tonight in very simple form. Grim Grinning Ghost, the Addams Family theme, and you have to snap. I'm going to make that a thing. You have to snap where it snaps in the theme, or it doesn't count. You have to do it over. Werewolves of London, Spiderwebs, Welcome to My Nightmare, Boris the Spider, Weird Science, Black Cat, Are You Ready for Freddy, The Devil in Disguise, Friends on the Other Side, Evil Like Me, Graveyard by Kelsey Ballerini, Hungry Like the Wolf, Running with the Devil. There's so many. And there's one song on this list that has long been a what do you call it? A topic of discussion, very controversial and very divisive within my own household. And it's very simple. And I'm going to ask you guys out there about this song when I get off this topic. So, yeah, toxic relationships. I have been in one really off and on for, the better part of 2 decades now. And it's ever the ebbs and flows of things. It's obnoxious. I have a very frank, very simple conversation yesterday, and this morning it goes sideways for no valid reason. I have a dear friend who I've known for, let's see how long. Oh, there goes my mic. Jesus Christ, I'm stepping on shit. Oh, we're just having the time here. My goodness. All right, hold on, everybody. We have a complete freaking technology breakdown here. Holy shit. All right, well, that was fun. Shall we try again? My word, that was violent in nature. This is what happens when you do a makeshift stand. Can everybody hear me now? Hi, how are you? Anyway, yeah, that was live and in living color, kids. All right, let's try that again. Come here, turd. Dear friend who I've known for almost 15 years is in a relationship that she admits is toxic. She knows it's toxic. She knows that this dude is just no good news and just can't seem to let herself cut ties. And I find it so sad that so many great people, intelligent people I know are just seemingly stuck in these relationships. It's awful. It really is. It's very, very disheartening. Daniel says, Jeff, I have the same problem in relationships, even though I'm 40. I look at this as a non-billionaire. Well, Bruce Wayne's sole purpose in life will never be to be a lover or a romantic partner. It will always be Batman. So there is that. So it can't really get too analytical on the Dark Knight because he's his own special breed. But I just wanted to really say out there, if you're in that kind of relationship, if you're in that kind of situation that just you feel in your gut that it's wrong, that it's just off, find a way out of it. It's the absolute worst thing, especially if you have kids. I know a large part of the reason my son has the struggles that he does is because of my relationship with his mother being such the sour thing that it is. And I'm not absolving myself of responsibility on that front. It is most definitely a two-way street. But I do feel like that there is more trying on one end than the other. And I know it's a lot of the same thing in other relationships in my circle of friends. All right. If anybody wants to comment on that, feel free. I'll come back to it as I go through this very, very divisive song in history. So one of the songs on the wheel tonight is even the song title has been the subject of much heated discussion amongst the Meacham men in particular, my father and I, and amongst others that ride in the car with us on the regular. Scott, dude, you are speaking my language. I'm on a countdown. I'm under 540 days. It just is what it is. But there's a song that has been sung throughout history, mainly in the era of rock and beyond. But to everybody out there watching, and there's only 5 of you watching live right now, that maybe you guys can give me a little more insight. Is the song called Black Magic Woman or Black Magic Woman? Is she a black woman who happens to partake in magic? Is she a woman who partakes in dark magic, the black magic, or is she both? It is maddening to us every time we're in the car, especially if we're on like a long road trip and we can't get a signal to properly research this. My goodness. Is she a black magic woman? Is she a black magic woman? Or is she both a woman of darker skin, of the Negroid persuasion, who happens to participate in the dark arts? I need this cleared up. I really do. Because it is frustrating to not know the true, definitive answer to this. And we have debated on this in car ride after car ride with my father and I. So it is. It is a bad voodoo woman. I don't disagree with that, but do we know what skin tone she leans further to? Is she a Caucasian woman? Is she a black woman? Where does this woman stand in the skin tones of the world, Scott? Inquiring ginger minds want to know. It's the kind of shit we do in the car rides, my dad and I. We just get on a tangent of just stupid shit. Yes! Again, another one. The mystery of the right hand. What are we doing? Is the right hand red? Or is just the fact that the hand is red and to the right? Why? Why must these song titles be so confusing to those of us that are easily confused? And there are so many of us in the internet wrestling community and the podcasting world that are so very easily confused. Why must they torture us so? I think it's a valid question, by God, and I want my answers. The person is a voodoo woman. Great. Is she black? Is she white? Is she Asian? Is she Pacific Island? Like, what is she? Let's see. So Carlos Santana, if you were talking about his version, he's Hispanic, so I know he's married to a Latin. Okay, so there you go. I believe it is Carlos Santana that we're speaking of. So this woman is Latina, apparently. From the mouth of Scott to God and us all. My goodness, what a long-standing problem this has been for decades within my household. It's absolutely astounding to me that we took this long. Anyway, that's the kind of shit we get, right? Yes, exactly. Well, Dream Warriors is one of the songs tonight. So maybe if we invoke that song in the karaoke, maybe we will channel the answer from the beyond. Because Lord knows we've got to make some use of the Dream Warriors, besides helping Freddie remain in power. He could be referring to Santeria, which, that's a whole other song that won't be on tonight's show. But, and the Crypt Keeper, there you go. The Crypt Keeper is one of our many outlets for answers. Anyway, that's just, but yeah, it really is an open forum type discussion, folks. It's one of those things, I'm going to totally get on somebody's case here. I'm not going to name them by name. They're not here right now, nor were they here last night. So I'm not going to call them out on their shit when they're not here to defend themselves, as far as like by name. But I am going to voice my thoughts on this. So throughout my career doing this, I have many a time had questions come into my email, or my Facebook or one of my other inboxes, asking me questions that are much more appropriate for when I'm doing this type of thing. And I have a form over here where I can immediately give you a response on video. And in the process of giving that response, I can help my algorithm and maintain my viewership and maybe get somebody to throw me a goddamn bone. But instead they asked me in private my opinion, and it happened this morning. Person that has been following me for many years asked me a couple of questions regarding current WWE characters and storylines, and I very not so subtly just gave him a non-answer to purposely be a dickhead, because it's like I need people to come in here and ask those questions so I can maintain my presence online. It's very frustrating when I am unable to do that. Yes, I'm still on suspension from making YouTube, generating revenue through Google YouTube, but I still want to be able to come on here and do my thing. I don't a lot of the time because I'm so frustrated with that type of thing. But you know what? I have tried very hard in recent weeks to change my approach to pretty much everything. And this is one of those things. So I'm going to be popping in quite frequently, as much as I can whenever I'm in this studio space. You're not going to see me a whole lot when I'm at home, because when I'm home, I put on my parent hat and do that thing. My son is not home. He is with his mother. So I get to have the freedom to, come on here and yak and gauge opinions. I appreciate the response to the Black Magic Woman song. Full disclosure, it's just a haha. I understand she's a practitioner of voodoo, but I was genuinely curious about the difference of inflection when discussing her. So that was cool. Relationships, they are what they are, man. I've learned a long time ago, or at least I thought I did, that relationships only work if they're meant to, and if both people are equally committed to it. And that's not saying that they should be this horrible, large amount of hard work. If it's that difficult to maintain basic communication and civility of conversation, it's pretty much doomed from the start. And I found that in each of my relationships over my adult life, which, God, almost 30 years now, over 25 years of relationships, mostly off during that time, but a few here and there. And I find as I look back through my history and the history of what I call my family, my really close friends, a lot of the relationships, especially the romantic ones that have seemed to last long or seem to be, on the true and righteous path, or whatever the fuck phrase I want to use, they're just not that. It's very much a show. And it ends up being a shit show that's just been kept under wraps for a very long time, I should say. And that's kind of disheartening as somebody who really wants to believe in what our boy Huey Lewis has professed about for 40 years, the power of love. It doesn't take money. It doesn't take fame. But it does take, again, communication, being willing to admit you're wrong. That is so crucial in a relationship, is the willingness to admit that sometimes you're wrong too. I've had to learn that the hard way. I am a stubborn, proud sumbitch. It is very difficult for me to admit when I'm wrong, but I've learned that, not letting go of my pride and not being willing to be that guy has cost me. But I've also been able to come to a point in my life where I don't define my happiness by my romantic loves. And that part of me has improved, I think, personally. We're all mad here, Daniel, within the Jeff Meacham Network and the multiverse of media when it does exist again. So, but as a very famous comedian turned super criminal said, all it takes is one bad day. A while ago, I sent a list of stressors out to my therapist and my very close family and my very close family as well. I wanted to make sure that list was known and that it was known that I was working on it, because it was very important to me that I made my case, if you will. And the fact that I have to go back this far and search for this damn list is very atrocious, because that means it hasn't freaking improved at all. Goodness gracious. I'll find it eventually. Oh, we're live, folks. Let's see. Yeah, that is so key, Scott. Thank you. Scott says, not bringing baggage from one relationship to another and giving oneself time to heal. Don't want to go in a relationship broken, or it tends to. Yes. If you bring toxicity from an old relationship to a new one, that shit will travel with you. I promise. I've seen it firsthand. it does happen. It is a frequent thing, and not advised. I promise you that. It is definitely not advised to partake in that practice. It is dangerous. It is far too easily done, I will say, and all too common. And that's also very sad for me to see. Why are we not showing pictures? Can we possibly? Oh wait, I don't think I let it sit. No, that's too far back. That's showing something else. So nope, I don't want that. I don't want that. Don't want that. Nope. There we go. All right. So my stressors, as I laid out to my therapist, my sons, and then I ... everything, because he's a teenager and everything is a stressor, right? Inability to remove toxic elements and people from my existence. That is one of my key factors of the last, however long it's been, few months now. My inability to communicate like an equal with my parents has been very problematic for me over my adult life. My inability to let go of lifelong resentment toward a few key people. And then, of course, my physical limitations have always been a problem. And my mental state has definitely been more worrisome for me than it's ever been. Getting that MRI result and getting that shown to me, read to me, however you want to phrase it, and knowing that the condition, the deterioration of my composition of my brain will never improve. It can only be managed. It can't be maintained, which is really scary. Can't ever, make that better. But I've also been encouraged. I can't stress about that, because that is the one thing on that list that is what it is. I either manage it and maintain a life I can be okay with, or I don't. Right? And that's a choice. Yeah, red flags, man. The ability to see red flags is so unbelievably, criminally undervalued by everybody. But I will say, throughout relationship talk and everything that is a stressor for anybody, the one common thread that I see is ineffective communication. And that's with partners, that's with family, that's with friends, that's with colleagues, coworkers, that's with anybody. If you are unable to maintain consistent, effective communication with the people in your lives, you are never going to get out of the muck you've dug yourself into with those people or in those situations. It's just not going to happen. In my experience, again, everybody's got their different ways of doing things. Everybody's got their own approach to things. But I will say, I know from personal experience that my only recent developing of, or at least attempting to effectively, properly communicate with people, has made a significant difference in the way I approach my life and the way I approach the toxicity, within my relationships with people. So there's one thing you guys can take away from today's little, it's not really a TED Talk because my name is Jeff. I ain't Ted. If there's one thing you guys can take away from this stream today, is just to be encouraged to effectively communicate. Because without communication, you got nothing. Just the way of the world, boys and girls. Just the way it is. I can't be any clearer than that. So, yeah, it really is that simple. And what else is simple is today, if you are a fan and partake in the world of Haddonfield and the Boogeyman, today is the birthday of one Michael Myers. Scott, good to see you. I hope you pop in tonight for karaoke. That'll be tonight, 8 o'clock. Let me go ahead and throw that splash image up prior to going to commercial before I sign off there, Scott. There you go. 8 o'clock tonight, same bat channel. 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 o'clock Eastern tonight. Come on back, Scott, and check that out. We're going to be singing all the spooky shit. It's going to be fun. Also tonight, and again, this is me not purposely discouraging attendance for karaoke, but I got to get my friends a little love here. And that is tonight, if you're near the campus of Arizona State University, and specifically the for lack of a better term, the NPR. You'll see the image here momentarily. The world premiere party of the fan film second sequel to the H2O saga premieres tonight at ASU, and then live to the world Friday night, the 25th. Check it out.
Oh, John, thank God.
Williams, what the hell are you doing here?
Myers. Is he dead?
Myers has zero emotion. He has no motives. If he sees, he kills.
Tell the town to lock their doors. No one in, no one out.
Okay, I apparently can't talk during the video clip like I can on StreamYard. That's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, so check it out. If you're near Arizona State tonight in Mesa, Arizona, please go check out the premiere of the movie. I'm hearing and seeing good things. So let's see. Daniel says, I try to do my best to get the toxicity in my life. Meditation is good. I try to use the teaching of the Jedi because if I somehow don't get a chance to meditate like a Jedi, there's a good chance I could be a Michael. Please don't be like Michael Myers in real life. That is highly discouraged here on the Jeff Meacher Network and across the network of friends and family. But yeah, we are in Halloween season. I actually finished my first week of my Myers binge. I watched Halloween 1, Halloween 2, and then 4 through 6 this week. And next week I start over, kind of, sort of, with Halloween 1 and 2, and then I go into H2O, and then the Haddonfield Nightmare on Thursday, and then the movie you just saw the trailer for, The Last Nightmare Part 1. Again, the world premiere is the 25th, Friday night, or Friday morning probably. I'll have to check with Braden on that. But yeah, be looking out for it to drop on the 25th. I'm so happy for Braden, everybody at Bat. Super freaking cool. And then, of course, Halloween week, I have on my binge list Halloween and then the new trilogy. But the day after Bound for Glory, I'll also be watching Rob Zombie's movies following our coverage of Halloween Havoc. So it is Halloween season, folks. And so one time a year, I actually get into the horror movies. And it's just really the Myers stuff, to be honest with you. So in any event, again, you guys will see me back here live in just a short here. What time is it? It's 1:15. So just a couple more hours. We'll be live at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern on Michael Myers' birthday, hence the lower third there, with our karaoke. From the Simple Reliable Studios. We'll be live on my channels, on the Castine Studios, the Simple Man brand, the Jay Hebert side of things, and Rage of Wrestling channels. We'll also feature my JJ's daughter, my niece Natalie, and I might be able to get Dylan to come in and sing some of these things, but it depends on what version of his mom I get when I call up there. Probably not going to happen tonight. I was going to try, but it's been a day, as I said. So again, thank you everybody for coming into the open forum. Tune in to karaoke tonight. It's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy it. I really am. It's not often I get a Saturday where I'm not doing something. Next Saturday is a great example. I will be not present for Bound for Glory coverage. Honestly, I'll be at the Myers house watching Halloween 2. With the folks at the Sugarman Gallery. So I'm stoked about that. And yeah, Daniel, good. Please come on in, man. Again, if I get 425s and can get a chance to say my name and make Joe Hendry appear, or me appear at Joe Hendry's meet and greet tomorrow, I'm good the rest of the night. I really am okay with just getting to that point and going to see Joe Hendry. So if you guys come on tonight and click on that QR code that I'll have up hopefully on my screen. If not, the PayPal link will be up. It's in the description for this karaoke. All I need is 425s. 4 songs solely directed at me, solely sung by me, and then I can lay out and do my thing the rest of the night. I'm good on it. I really am. Emmanuel, that is the kind of stuff I was talking about earlier, but because you helped us out, I'm going to go ahead and throw your question up there. Nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I think it's awesome that they're invoking the memory of the American Gladiators. If you don't know what American Gladiators is, folks, do your homework. Check it out on YouTube. Classic clips and the pictures alone are worth a look. Emmanuel, hope to see you and Arlene tonight. Hope to see everybody tonight. Again, I'll throw up that image one more time, and then I will say ta-ta for now. Karaoke on the Simply Reliable Studios channels and right here on the Jeff Meacham Network tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. Y'all can spin the wheel and make us do the deal. And there will not be a coal miner's glove in sight. We're going to give you some quality entertainment across the Simply Reliable Studios and the Jeff Meacham Network. So until 8 p.m. Pacific.